Hata nyoka huwezi kumwona, lakini tatizo ni watu kuongezeka.
We are facing the largest challenge ever.
The biggest threat is us human beings. And unless our relationship with nature changes, the situation will continue to deteriorate.
Biodiversity is declining faster than ever, threatening human existence. Humanity's interference with the Earth system is increasing rapidly. Not only are environmental degradation and global warming continuing unabated with all their consequences, the Kagera River Basin, a transboundary ecosystem with an area of 60,500 km squares, hosting a population of around 20 million people in the countries of Burundi, Rwanda, Tanzania and Uganda, previously had more than 10 wildlife animals that were residing in Kagera River Basin, but due to people's interventions has forced that species to go away.
Imeongezeka sana, wanyama tulikuwa tunawaona kwa wingi wanawindwa. Walikuwepo hata duma, walikuwepo chui, walikuwepo simba, walikuwepo aina za wanyama wote, lakini sasa hivi aina za wanyama hatuoni. Hata watoto wanaozaliwa saa hizi ukimuuliza duma yukoje hawezi kujua, ukimuuliza swara hawezi kujua. Sasa hivi nyoka hawezi kujua kwamba kulikuwa na nyoka aina gani na aina gani. Na halafu kitu kingine ni kwamba kila bonde kwa hapa kwetu ilikuwa na maji ya bubujiko, lakini sasa hizi mabonde yote yamekauka, tumebaki na kamto kamoja tu.
Elimu kwa watu kuhusiana vile vitu ambavyo vinapelekea mabadiliko ya tabia ya nchi kama ukataji miti ovyo na kutokubaliana na hali ambayo sisi tunatakiwa kuishi kwa minajili ya kulinda mabadiliko au kulinda vitu ambavyo ni vya asili ambavyo pengine vinaweza vikatunza historia kwa jamii au kizazi kijacho. Kwa hiyo pengine ingekuwa vizuri zaidi watu wakapewa elimu kuhusiana na swala zima. Mimi hapa naamini katika matumizi mabaya ya uoto wa asili, hasa katika ukataji wa miti. Hilo ni swala ambalo pengine naamini linachangia kwa asilimia kubwa sana. Kwa hiyo ili tungeomba watu waelimike, yani wao kama wao, yani mtu iwe ndani yake, yani haishi katika mazingira yale, lakini si swala kwamba asubiri kuambiwa kufanyaje na nini. Unakuwa na vyanzo tu vidogo vidogo vya mapato, kwa maana kwamba unaweza ukanunua hata gesi na vitu vingine kwa kuepusha ile namna yani kuondoa ile tabia ya kuwa unafanya vitu ambavyo vinapelekea sisi tufike sehemu tukose vitu vya kiasili.
Sasa tujue kwamba wale viumbe wanahitaji kuishi na tuache kuharibu mazingira na kuharibu hifadhi zao. Tushirikiane kuhifadhi mazingira katika hali nzuri na hali ya kijani irudi, tunaweza tukatunza au
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged governments to end what he called OG of destruction as Biodiversity Summit kicks off in Canada. At the opening of the COP15 in Monterrey, Guterres warned humanity has become a weapon of mass extinction and that it must change course. Now, many experts are calling the summit a final chance to save the world's species and the ecosystem as we know them.
Biodiversity is declining faster than ever. Biodiversity is not a luxury thing, it's everywhere. It is in the birds and in the bees and in the trees and in the flowers, but it also provides ecosystem services such as food production, cleaning of water, it provides health, it provides joy. It's really the essence of life. We humans have started dominating nature, over-dominating nature.
Images like these serve as a very visible reminder of the threat that humans pose to animal and plant life. Deforestation, changing land use, the climate crisis and pollution are also taking a big toll. About 1 million species are currently at risk becoming extinct due to human activities. This is not only threatens to degrade ecosystems further, but also endangers our own welfare. According to Professor Alicia Moma, leader of Biodiversity Initiative based in Uganda, says humans must stop dominating nature and start collaborating in order to save the planet.
And it's now the time to really stop consuming nature. We do have to rethink our production systems and the ways we consume in order to save the planet, in order to restore and sustainably use biodiversity.
The UN Biodiversity Conference will center on how to protect 30% of land and the sea by 2030. Scientists stress that this target is needed to prevent the collapse of ecosystems and the human prosperity in the future.
We depend on biodiversity for the food we eat, the water we drink, the sequestration of carbon, the medicines we take. For instance, 70% of cancer drugs come from biodiversity or nature.
We need to take urgent measures to protect ourselves. Experts urge, who will cover the cost?
The biggest threat is us human beings. And unless our relationship with nature changes, the situation will continue to deteriorate. I'm saying so because 97% of the global biodiversity is degraded as the result of human action.
So don't think that the biodiversity that you don't see is not important. It is. If we succeed to really embrace biodiversity in the food system, to at all different points increase it, and if we collaborate in doing so, from farm to fork, then really we can make a change and we can start bending the curve.
Some emerging and developing countries such as Indonesia, India, Brazil, South Africa and the Democratic Republic of Congo tend to be particularly rich in biodiversity, but these countries argue that they lack the resources to expand their conservation efforts. They are demanding financial support from richer nations. At the same time, biodiversity is declining worldwide. Pollution of the oceans, lakes and rivers is spreading. As a result, government, business, media and civil society are facing enormous challenges to create awareness, guiding responsible lives and livelihoods alongside ensuring accountability on sustainable environmental management. Arthur Mgenda is a program manager of environmental management and economic development organization from Mwanza.
One of the biggest challenges, especially in working with the communities around town, because we have rural communities and urban communities. For urban communities, the biggest challenge is turn-up of the communities in the events, in the activities. When you organize like community cleanup, it's like everyone is busy in town. So if you call, for instance, a public street meeting, you expect probably 300 people to turn up. You end up with probably 70 to 80 people. So the turn up is still low, and sometimes it's like it's discouraged because you aim meeting so many people, but you end up meeting with fewer people. So the turn up of the people is not so much that, especially in urban context. At least I can see the changes. The community is changing. This street were full of beds in the last year and in the end of this year. But for now, at least the community have taken action to reduce the deadness in the street. But the work is not yet done. we have a lot to accomplish what we are planning. Yeah, so at least I can just say probably 60% of what we are trying to plan for this street, for this area in terms of...
Arthur tells us that every individual is responsible on environment management, but mostly stresses on the youth.
There is the so-called passion, especially when you speak about environments. We really need to have passion on how we are addressing the environment issue. But for the youth also, it's really important for us to use the available resources sometimes to tackle our own problems. We have been helping many youth around plastic, promoting circular economy, around making things out of plastic, which is everywhere. Many youth who have now graduated are crying for employment, but sometimes we have opportunity in our environments. If, for instance, you have 100 piece of bottle, you just fill in, just put in soil, and you just put in soil, just put in manure. Actually, you plant some vegetable, of which is just takes like 3 weeks. You just start earning some money.
Scientists say there is no time to lose. However, even if the COP15 set an ambitious target, it can only be the beginning. None of the biodiversity objectives agreed at the 2010 convention have yet been fully implemented by the global community. The question still remains, can we restore or bring back the lost species?
Kuna viumbe wengine ambao hawaonekani au wanaonekana kwa shida sana, au hawa si wakubwa kiasi cha kwamba mtu anaweza kutambua kwamba kuna kiumbe kama huyo. Kwa hiyo cha kufanya ni hasa kujaribu kuweka mazingira ambayo ni rafiki kwa viumbe vile tunavyo